Hey, what it do with the business is?
It's another week in the books. It's the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown. If you're looking for me on socials, Animal_Brown is where you're going to find me.
Animal_Brown. You just came back from Milan. You ain't got no AKA El Padre or El...
No. Buongiorno. That's all I got. That's the only word I learned.
Could have been El Buongiorno or AKA whatever. Come on, bro.
Young Gelato.
We know you had some
You letting the
gelato.
people down out here, man. That was an Uber letdown coming back in the country.
And I brought back gifts for y'all.
Oh,
While y'all
okay.
doing all this
You got
shit
good
talking.
stuff.
For real. Was it gelato?
No.
Got gelato.
No,
You
that
know
would
what
have
kind of
melted.
gelato I like.
I got chocolate from
Swiss chocolate?
Switzerland
Oh, shit.
in the form of the
Cigars.
big dog
This was a
cigar.
real cigar. I smoke these for real.
Actually, y'all got no more jokes for the episode. I came back with gifts.
Kind of nice.
Actually, these jokes are gonna fly even more. So, but we do
Bring some
definitely
stuff back next
appreciate
time
it.
I hit.
Well, what you have on deck for the weekend?
Unfortunately, I got stuck hanging out with them extra some kind of way.
That's sad.
Yeah, it's rough, man. It's a rough life you live when you got to hang around the bougiest nigga in Atlanta.
Sad when you're not a
Easily.
woman. Yeah.
Nah, man, we had a pretty good time. We went to where we go, Ponce.
Oh yeah, Punch City Market.
Yeah, went to some awful Mexican restaurant. But
Damn.
that's neither here nor there.
Awful.
Awful.
This man has the taste buds of a 12-year-old.
This is a fact. People that know me know that.
Yeah, this man
This is a
said,
fact.
"Can I not get that?" And
Yeah, I don't
remove
want
that.
none of that on there. Just meat, cheese. Okay, that's it.
How you want a
Damn.
taco
I
with
don't
just
need
the meat
nothing
and the
extra.
taco?
I don't need none of that extra.
Chicken tenders and fries from you.
Tough. That's me.
Oh my
Shit.
God.
All day.
We gotta get Spike Lou culture. This is Mxtra sauce.
Oh, my
Mxtra 3 on
God.
all things social media. Checking in. Yeah, we gotta get
Mxtra
Spike Lou some
sauce.
culture, man. This man embarrassed me at the bar.
Fuck out. Embarrassed me is
This man, let me
very
get a taco
strong.
with no taco.
Yeah, give me the taco, just the meat. I don't want nothing but the meat on there. Pause.
How you pronounce that?
Yeah. I say what? What's the name of this? Give me
That's
one
a
of them,
pastor?
bro.
I said it's El
one of them
Pastor.
right there.
You gotta live a little, man. Gotta get out the crib.
Don't act like, oh, yeah, don't do that. Man. I just don't like to eat everything. Man. Shit.
But nah, yeah, definitely had a good time in Milan though. That shit was super dope. Flight long though. I don't like that shit.
How long was the flight?
9 hours.
Nah, that ain't bad.
What? And then when you 6'2", y'all gonna get your height up.
It is
Bro,
when
I'm
you're
6'2". What are you
6'2".
talking about?
Are you?
Yeah, for sure.
Eh,
You didn't watch no movies or nothing on the way?
I did. I watched Widows.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good.
The ending fuck you up?
Well, pause. No. The ending was fine.
Yo,
There wasn't nothing wrong with that. You gonna spoil
You
it for the
seen-
world?
no,
Yeah, for real, man. Just hush.
Man, you ain't seen Widows by now. I mean,
Yeah, I haven't seen
dude.
it.
I didn't see it
Oh,
coming
you
though.
ain't seen it?
No.
Oh.
I didn't see the ending coming though. to
That,
say.
that was my question.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't see that. That was a nice little twist.
The ending, fuck you.
Shout out to Milan though, man. Y'all pull up to Milan and fuck with that. If you're into shopping and fashion, that's the place to go.
I can't
Real
wait.
talk.
I can't wait. Definitely.
That's dope.
Real spiel, man. Now let's get to this hip hop shit, man. A lot of things to talk about. First things first, big news coming out of New York, man. Shout out to Jay-Z. According to Forbes, Hove has become the first hip hop billionaire. Now, the numbers are accumulated from several of his business ventures: Ace of Spades, Champagne, different investments, Douce, real estate, and even art add up to that magic $1 billion number. Now, out of the net worth breakdown, tell me what stood out to you the most. What surprised you?
It surprised me that Jay-Z's known mostly for being a musician, and that's third from last. His music catalog is worth $75 million. Tidal, who we would most assume is always labeled it being in third place for the streaming sources, being higher than his music catalog, especially since I thought Jay-Z owned most of his catalog. So
Right.
I thought that it would garner a lot more money than what it has there. So that was probably the most surprising to me. Especially after I did some research on the 310, because I had to figure out like how that number got so big for Ace of Spades.
Yeah, that's
but,
wild.
If you read the story, it makes 100% sense how the number inflated to 310. So
Okay. 310 for Ace of Spades was bananas.
Yeah.
What surprised me the most is that from cash and investments, he's at $210 million. So, and that's the investments is from Uber. That's 70 million of that. So let's do the math. 210 minus 70 is 130. Or is it? No, it's 140.
Oh, my goodness.
Sorry. It's 140.
couldn't wait for that.
I'm on that Bomade Vodka. Sorry, guys. It's 140. So you're telling me that Jay-Z is worth $1 billion and has $140 million in cash? That's it?
What do you mean that's it?
When you have when you're worth $1 billion and your percentage is 14%, that's the cash that you have. That doesn't add up to
That's
me.
a lot.
What?
$210 million in
That's
cash
a lot
in
of
the
liquid
is a
money.
lot, man.
200 million is a
200
lot.
No, 140 if you take away the Uber investment, which is 70
But
million.
you can't take it away though.
But I'm saying that's not cash though.
It's quickly can turn.
Well,
into-
okay, you can't liquidate
That's why
that.
they
Okay,
have it.
that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess my question to you would be, how much money on hand do you think a billionaire would have?
400. What? That's reasonable. That's
Hell no.
400 million, dude.
No.
What?
This is about right.
Not
actually.
because look, even if
I'm
you
disappointed. I'm not gonna lie.
even if we'll get back to Jay-Z in just a second, but
Okay.
even if you do have, you're not gonna want that to be accounted for by Forbes. That's gonna be like offshore. So if I got seriously,
In Switzerland.
real talk,
The tax
finance
man.
101. If you when we start making this much money, if you got that much, they should know. It should be somewhere where it can't be accounted for. So if he do got 400 million cash, it ain't nothing wrong to have that much, but not accountable. It got to be somewhere where you're gonna be like, oh, okay,
I'm disappointed.
But
I'm not gonna lie.
to the people that are surprised, I figured most people would be surprised with the Ace of Spades deal.
Yeah, that's
how
crazy.
that worked out. Jay invested $50 million early 2005, right around the time that Cristal came and said that they couldn't do anything about hip hop artists drinking their drink.
Right.
So Jay decided to go another way, and there were a lot of different stories out there, but it winded up being he invested $50 million very early and was able to multiply this part of it by buying out the majority holder of the brand, which is Severin Drinks. I can't think of them. Severin Drinks.
Right.
Excuse me, is how you pronounce it, I think.
And what year was that?
That he just bought them out within the last 2 years, but the initial investment was for $50 million in 2005.
So he had 50 million cash in 05, and you're telling me in 2019 he has 200?
It didn't have to be cash. You can buy something without spending cash. Well, you know this.
How? What do you use, a fucking Amex?
You just bought a house. You are worth what that house is worth. Do you
Right.
have that in the bank?
No.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you can put that as collateral to buy different stuff. So if he has these different businesses, it can be
I see what you're saying.
way to liquefy stuff to be like, okay, boom, I want to spend this on that.
Exactly.
Without
And also
it
it's
being
for
cash on hand.
it's for tax
like
purposes.
even like
That
that
makes
art,
sense.
the art stuff, that's cash.
Yeah, that's
It ain't.
Well,
the
I mean, if he
same
sold
amount.
it.
Yeah, it ain't the same amount, but that's good as cash.
Yeah.
that's what stood out to me. The art, 70 million in art is crazy.
That's fucking. I wonder what he paid for that. I need ounces.
70 million in art,
Especially knowing what the shit we seen on Billions this past week, or how much the taxes were. Did y'all see the shit?
Spoiler alert, I haven't watched it.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I did see that one then.
Relax.
Okay, yeah,
my
you're right.
bad, I did see it.
I
Get the
did
fuck
see that
out.
one.
You just want to say spoiler.
You just like spoiling shit, dude.
I
real,
think
man.
niggas seen it when I seen it.
Calling you young milk.
This is huge. Oh, God.
That was terrible.
Can't wait to edit that
That was
out.
terrible.
Young Milk.
Little flip.
That was terrible. I will say this. Let me ask this. At what point did we know? Because there was a 3-man race for the top to hit that billion. We know that.
Yeah.
At what point did we know Hov was going to be in the running, dog? I'm trying to think
When
back.
he married Beyonce.
You think so?
Yes.
Now, I was
That
going
was
to say the
it.
shoe deal.
That was the deal, Silla, when he married Beyonce. What shoe deal? The Reebok shoe deal?
Rappers didn't have shoes back in. That was a first. That was 03. I was like, wait a minute. He thinking different now, though. Because rappers now, of course, you had people associated with shoe. You had Run DMC associated with Adidas, but there wasn't no Run DMC actual shoes though. Like this nigga was the first rapper with his own shoes, legitimately, and then 50
Like
came
through a
after
big
him
company.
through a large company. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, yeah, not counting like P or nothing like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But that when I saw that, and then you could also argue a little bit later on, the Brooklyn Nets thing was big too. Even though we learned that he didn't have as big of a stake, but when you're in those rooms with those players, you know what's coming down the pipeline. And so when I saw those two things, those were big flags. Like, y'all got Hov fucked up. Like dude finna be on his way to a Billy.
Okay, look.
early.
So you say a lot. So Hov has been chasing this for a while. He wants this associated with his name. It's all about his raps.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think, like, this is part of his branding and marketing to be on this list? Are there people who don't want the same attention that you think have just as much money other than Puff and Dre? Or you think that those are the big three? You think there's anybody else in their ballpark in hip hop?
No, those are the big three. And matter of fact, I think Puff is at 820 and Dre is at 740.
What about Russell
Nah.
So
Simmons?
Yeah, Russell who? Yeah, nah. I don't think so.
Y'all don't think he's anywhere near them?
he's over. He's probably about 300 million, something like that.
Which ain't nothing to sneeze at. Don't get it twisted.
I think that he's a little bit older and he's not chasing the publicity. I think that he got just as much money as they got.
No, if it
Nah.
was billion, it would have been reported.
It had to be.
Well, I
It's
ain't
got
saying
to be.
billion.
Okay.
I would say okay,
500,
not as
give or
much as
take?
Jay, but I would. If I'm mentioning those names, I would put him there too.
Okay,
It
that's
wouldn't
fair.
just be those three. I think I would add him.
So no Birdman, no P.
No.
How many billionaires
I
do
ain't
we
gonna shit on
see
P like it, but not Birdman at all.
in our lifetime when it's said and done? How many rappers will be billionaires?
Oh,
Will it pass 5?
In our lifetime?
And when it's all when we hang it when we're 6 feet deep, how many rappers will have turned into billionaires?
Maybe 3.
Ooh, that's it.
Yes.
So nobody outside of Puff, Dre, and
We're over 30, fool.
I'm young. I'm 28.
Kanye has an outside chance. Kanye is big on fashion. His wife is
Something
very
would have to
popular
hit.
and big.
I understand
It would have to be something that he would recreate and do again. Like he would have to hit another streak. Like he's done the music and the clothes. It would have to be one more phase of something.
You got to own.
But
something.
I think that he's probably the closest to that may be able to get there.
No, Puff
I don't
is.
see it being. Huh?
Puff is closer than
Well, no,
Kanye.
We already counted
yeah,
them.
Puff
I'm saying
and
outside
Dre.
of that class.
I thought
Outside
they
of
become a
yeah.
billionaire.
So
outside of Puff
that
and
class,
Dre.
though.
Oh.
We already talked about them.
Yeah,
as
we
if
know
they
they
could
come.
made it. So I guess outside of the ones Puff and Dre, I would say Kanye, but because one, he's really the only one that chases that still. I don't think it's important to a J. Cole or a Kendrick Lamar or a.
Y'all got Drake fucked up. You're not finna name the 6th guy in this
I
conversation.
think the only person
He
associated
may get there. Drake
with
may
rap
get
that
there.
will get there quicker is, and he's associated, but he's not a rapper, he's a basketball player, would be LeBron. Because Jay-Z is the 5th black billionaire ever
Damn.
in the U.S.
So it's an
You
exclusive
have to
class.
understand,
Yeah.
He's only
Yeah.
5.
It ain't
of
that
them.
many people that's finna do
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Drake,
That's
you,
fair.
you don't think Drake has the potential to get there?
Drake?
Yeah.
Oh, that's potential. But Drake's still not making the business move Hove's making. Drake,
Not yet.
Drake's label
He's
is
young.
terrible.
Yeah,
He's the
not
only one on his
yet.
label.
It's early. When did Jay start cooking for real? On the business
Shit,
tip?
the Dynasty?
No,
No.
not on the business tip.
I would say around Blueprint. That was
Nope.
01.
Nope. Do your research.
What did he do in
I'm
98?
saying-
98,
Well-
he checked. Huh?
I'm saying cooking, not the low key moves. We saying cooking as far as I'm putting it out here that I'm running for this billion. Like in 2001 is when he started marketing himself as I'm the hip hop marketing plan. I got this, I
Okay.
got
I'm
that.
the
He was a little
blueprint.
flashy before. Those moves were low key, but as far as the blueprint,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, I think in 01 is when he started doing it.
I mean, I can argue with that. But if you just paid attention, I think 98
Yeah,
is when
okay.
it took
Do
off.
if you did your research,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I think Drake will end up being. They have the potential, and I think actually, if you think about it, Kanye made too. If he'd have to parlay his clothing to his own shit, it can't be Yeezy through Adidas or through Nike. He'd have to own it, and it'd be dumb popular. You know what I'm saying? Like,
think
and then they get bought out by like Ralph Lauren or some shit.
Whoever does, I don't think it's gonna be closed. I think whoever does it is gonna have to figure the content thing out. We had a topic about iTunes splitting that we
Right.
scratched, and just whoever figures out how to package and market the content that's out there, how to get more content and put their name
Platform on some app shit or
yeah,
something.
apps or like just movies, like media, like Drake just being accessible. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing with him and the Raptors and they trolling back and forth with the Golden State Warriors.
Right.
Just your name being out there on a consistent basis, whichever one of those two is able to capitalize off of it is going to be the one that leads the race for the new generation to get to that billion. I think it's those two that are going to probably figure it out.
Yeah.
An app, like you said, or a movie service or some type of only my content
Like a
is going to be
Netflix or
right
some
here.
shit.
Yeah, like some shit like
Gotcha,
that.
yeah.
It's
And I'm
gonna
surprised
be one of
Beyonce
them two
hasn't
that
done
do
that. I'm surprised somebody like a Beyonce or an Adele or a Taylor Swift hasn't. They got their own app
streaming app type
where
shit.
it's their own label putting out the music. Like it had to be some major like that.
It has to be something tech related, I believe. But also the thing that separates Jay-Z from all those people that you named is think about all the other rappers who tried to do. Like people tried to do what Jay did with Ace of Spades with their own
For sure.
alcohol, and it doesn't work. Jay-Z just knew when to get in.
Right. When to
Chris-
sell.
The Cristal thing was a perfect segue. He said, "Fuck them. They
Yep.
don't like us. We buy this."
Yep.
And he didn't start with Ace of Spades. I know he tried some other ones first. and-
Armadale?
No, Armadale was a vodka.
Oh,
But
okay.
I think he was Krug Rosé and another one.
Belvedere. It was Belvedere,
Belvedere's also a vodka.
but that was what they bought into.
Oh yeah, I'm
Past,
talking
yeah.
about the champagne though. After
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
So but I'm saying that he studies the business behind it,
Right.
and he knows the cool factor that he possesses, as opposed to other rappers who just
Yeah,
throw their
'cause it's
name
a-
on stuff and they don't really
This
do
is
the
a,
research and study behind it.
This
That's
is
a
a $70 bottle of champagne that he's selling for how much? How much?
$250 for the Ace.
It's about one,
Not $250 for
It was
the Ace.
originally
The
with
gold bottle.
The original brand of this same taste, they said bottle and everything was $70.
I feel gypped because I
Before
paid
Jay
$250
came
for that
around.
bottle.
I mean, everybody do it now, but
Right.
before Jay came around and assumed the brand and said, "This is what I'm going to do with it," that was a $70 bottle.
Tidal was around.
They called it another name and everything, but it was a $70 bottle.
Tidal was around before
Branding.
Jay. Yeah. That's half the battle right there.
Yep.
Shout out to Jay though. That's big news. That's super dope shit. When my boy Drake buys the rappers though, he'll have the next billion. Moving on, Cardi B, Mxtra's girl.
What?
After news broke that Lil Yachty wrote "Act Up," the hit by the City Girls, some fans were upset and tried to call the group out for not writing their own rhyme. So here we go again with that.
They were upset.
Yeah, they were hot about that shit. Now, Cardi B has come to the defense of the Miami duo, saying that it doesn't matter who writes the material. It's more about the performer. So my question is, who is more responsible for a hit record, the artist or the writer?
The artist. I think that the artist has to put their spin on it. You have numerous people that write great songs that are taken to the next level when they're given to a talented artist. Not saying that Nas isn't talented, but he couldn't have did Summertime. Not the way that Will Smith did it.
Right.
I throw that in there just
Right.
for you. And just other people that go throughout the line, like Drake. When we heard the Quentin Millers run
Right.
through the six, like when you heard his and you heard Drake's, you're like, okay, I understand why Drake is performing this song.
That's a good
Right.
example.
So some things sound better from more talented people when it comes to performance. The writer is very important. It's a critical piece of it. But if that was a person that was most important, I feel like they would be the ones in the spotlight making the money. It wouldn't be ghost writing. It would be, there's a writer and he's just simply a performer. This happens all the time in country music. As we know, you have different songwriters and they're into songwriting. But
R&B
the
and all that.
performance
All kinds of
of it,
music.
but the performance of it, the actual taking it to the next level, that's what sells the song. That's what the music industry is about.
Yeah, and of course it's deeper than just the writer and the artist when it comes to a hit record. You know, there's other factors. The beat got to be banging. There's a bunch of shit. But if we're just looking at those two aspects and wondering which one holds a little more weight than the other, bro, it's got to be the artist, bro. Just like you said with the Drake record, Quentin Miller sounds trash saying that bar. And when Drake says it, it's iconic. Everybody from Oakland to fucking Florida was running through the
It's a
six.
hashtag. When Drake said it's a hashtag, it's forgettable when Quentin Miller says it. And that's no knock to him. It's just some
Absolutely.
people are talented.
Like the lyrics, we get it. The lyrics have to be catchy. At the end of the day, they have to be catchy. But Jay-Z said this, and I believe we mentioned this on the show probably about 2 years ago. He said the most important aspect of a rapper is their voice. That is everything,
That was gonna
dude.
be my point.
So you can write the dopest shit on earth. If you sound like shit doing it, then you're gonna have to get you a Milli Vanilli to perform this shit for you, dude.
Right.
Because it's key, and I think it's a little. The ghostwriting talk is like, it's kind at this point it's kind of ran through the mud.
Well, I was gonna make the same point about tone and delivery. It's all about that is 90% of the battle.
That's a fact.
Right there. And it wasn't even. I don't understand why people are, first of all, taking this long to get upset because he announced this months ago that he wrote it, and there's no secret, so he's not a ghostwriter.
It makes me respect him more.
Yeah, so I don't understand what the back. I mean, did
Well,
they think?
people don't know.
I respect Yachty more for this.
People can't tell the difference between a ghostwriter and a writer. A ghostwriter is somebody that's you're not supposed to know
Exactly.
you
You
wrote
helped me
this
out with
part.
the song. Yeah, you helped me out. No one knows.
Yeah, no one knows. Like I'm not credited. I'm not, and it's supposed to be looked at as if you did it. Just a writer, a collaborator, somebody that collabed on the record. That happens all the time, dude, and it happens on hooks a lot of the times too. So I don't get it. I don't understand.
I think the problem that people have is when you're lazy with it. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate here against Young Miami,
Okay.
because it's like, and we've talked about this before. So sometimes you question the passion as an artist that they have for this new generation. So I think the backlash that they're getting is, you're just depending on the writer. If you're Cardi, if you're
Right.
Young Miami, and you're not putting anything into it, you're just sitting in the studio and you waiting on somebody to hand you a piece of paper. But that
Like you're
ain't
not
how it
talented.
go. Yeah,
Right,
like you're
right,
not
right.
talented. And I think that people don't understand that ain't how it goes. Sometimes Young Miami or Cardi or the newer generation may give the perception that they don't care, and some of them don't.
Right.
But I don't think that Cardi falls into that category. I don't think that Young Miami falls into that category, though she does have nights I've seen on stage she's look lazy to say that, but I don't think that she falls into the category of just give me here to just tell me what to say. I don't think she's a robot.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? She adds her sauce to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why Cardi is defending them because she went to a similar issue with one of her songs on her last album. Remember, everybody was up in the air because they had a writer. It was a reference song that came out.
Right.
So I don't understand why people are surprised by this. Actually, Young Miami, as you can tell, is probably the least of the skilled MCs between her and JT. JT just brought her on. JT was a real rapper.
And she actually wrote her verse on that song,
she wrote
too.
her verse on her song. So JT brought Young Miami on, and it's okay.
Really?
That's a package.
Yeah.
You're selling a package. It's a duo from Miami. You know what I'm saying? It's something you haven't really
and it
seen
works.
before, and it works. And that's how it go. But I am surprised that people were upset. Are y'all this is because there's a thing. There's been a double standard with writing in hip hop between male and female. And when we came up, it was almost presumed that if you were female, you didn't write. It was just because Lil Kim and Foxy.
Foxy wrote people.
Jay wrote for Foxy, bro.
Not the whole Broken Silence album is a good album. People know that she wrote that.
Yeah, he definitely didn't write that, but I'm saying she was introduced via
she came
him
in the game with guys writing
right.
for her.
That was almost accept. Like nobody is looking like the way people were in
gotta have bars.
Right. The way people were in an uproar over Drake's 2 lines or however much was written by dude, people were like, "Oh, cancel Drake!" Like it was over with. Like people were disappointed, sad, let down, all of that.
That's a different.
But it's not that way when people know that Cardi shit don't get wrote by Fontaine or whatever the fuck his name was.
Why is it different?
Because you can't be the best MC and have a ghostwriter.
So, but you're saying the female MCs have ghostwriters? And
Some of them.
Right.
So you wouldn't consider any of them like best MCs? So are
Not,
you saying
not Cardi or Young Miami? No.
But if it came out, Nicki had one, people would be
a little
disappointed. Okay,
for
that's
sure.
fair. That's fair.
So you would remove her from the list?
You'd have to though.
But you don't count Drake as high on the list either, right?
That's disrespectful.
No, I do count Drake. What do you mean?
But he has ghostwriters.
Wait a minute.
No,
Whoa.
that have not been confirmed that Drake has ghostwriters.
Wait. There's been 2 weak ass reference tracks for some club records on a mixtape that he did. Let's not. There will be no Drake slander.
Yeah, Drake can rap.
I tried to get the truth out there, people.
Nice try.
Y'all come back that like Matumbos.
No, I ain't going. I ain't having it.
Where were we? No, Young Miami, I don't think that there's a problem with things being written for her. I don't think that there's a problem with things being written for Cardi. I am skeptical also of Nicki saying that I'm a better rapper than these ladies because I write my own stuff too.
Well, she
because
is a better
that ain't what it's all about though.
But she is.
Like even when I joke about Drake, even if he has help, even if people are helping him write his bars, it still ain't too many niggas out there fucking with him. Period.
No, are you saying on some performance shit? Is that what?
Period. Like all the way around. Like even if a nigga writing this, you still can't go in the booth and spit it like me. You still can't go to the video performing like me. You still can't go on stage and do it like me.
I disagree.
What's the difference
So
between?
tell me why
That's
you
the whole
disagree
thing with
that.
Pusha T and why people respected what Pusha T did, because you cannot call yourself one of the greats and you have ghostwriter.
not true.
Dr. Dre is one of the greats.
That's not true.
Bruh.
Puff is one of the greats.
No, we don't call them great rappers. Everybody knows it has writers. They have a team of writers.
It don't matter if I write rhymes. I write checks.
So,
shout out to
but-
Sauce Money.
All right, so where does Kanye rank for you? Clearly he has writers.
He's written for himself at times though.
Yeah, but he's not in my top 5.
Yeah, shit.
You can't have writers and be in my top 5. There's no way. Tip don't have them. Jigga don't have them. Biggie didn't have them. Scarface didn't have them.
I mean, I'm not arguing that point. I totally get that because I'm from the same generation, but I think that you are going to reconsider that once Drake gets more footing in the game, because
Drake doesn't have those
we
writers,
were
though.
just talking about him being on the way to the billions between being on the sideline for the Raptors and his big streaming service is about to come out and everything else that Drake has going on. Guess what he ain't going to have time to do? Rap. But guess what he's going to need to do? Rap. Those bars going to have to come from somewhere, and they ain't going to come from him.
I don't think Drake has ghostwriters, though.
I ain't saying okay.
This is a moot point because I don't think.
Okay.
That's debatable.
Okay.
So you think he has ghostwriters?
Of course not, man.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
man. I'm OVO Brown over here. I don't know what y'all talking about.
OVO Brown.
Oh man, let's take it down
conversation.
south, man. Yo Gotti. Gotti has been ordered by a judge to pay $6.6 million to a Winston-Salem talent manager. Now, let me tell you what happened. Gotti gets paid $20,000 for a feature, right? He does the feature. Then, allegedly, he fails to sign an agreement allowing for the release of the feature. Now, Gotti, which is crazy. Now, then, on top of that, Gotti went behind the manager's back and tried to sign the artist to his own CMG label. My question to you, is these shady practices or just business as usual?
For Yo Gotti, this is business as usual.
Whoa,
and I'm going to tell you why. The tree that he comes up under. And everybody knows what I'm talking about. Cash Money, Birdman. Like, I feel like the Yo Gotti been doing this for a long time. And it's just the first time that he done got hit with this $6.6 million price tag that come with it.
Woo.
You try to... when you come up under something, you don't necessarily, and that's why I don't say that it's wrong, even though it is, but you don't necessarily know right and wrong in the footing. Like, he doing this business as usual because he's seen this business as usual happen.
It's probably done to him.
Someone that's been in the game for 30 years, so you looking at it like, shit, I know for a fact he did this because he probably did it to him, like you said.
Right.
That's how Yo Gotti looking at it, but times are changing.
Right.
People are getting more savvy, especially with their music, since they don't have to sign through labels. They don't have to do all of this other stuff that you had to do back in the day to get on. You don't have to let as much shit go.
Yeah.
So dude in Winston-Salem, like, I'm taking this to the max.
That's
Like, I'm everywhere. Like, Yo Gotti lost this settlement when it was a lot less.
Yep.
And it got double because he tried to double shuck dude.
Right.
He was like, oh, okay, well, I know I lost the court case, but I really ain't got to pay him because I seen Birdman doing this for all of these years where Wendy sit here and told us when we interviewed Wendy Day that Birdman is not paying you unless you take him to court.
Yeah. That's
Yo
a fact.
Gotti clearly has taken notes and thought that the same thing applied, but I just think that in today's times, the same thing just doesn't apply.
And the crazy thing is that, like you said, the actual damages, the judge found the actual damages to be $2.2 million.
Yeah. 3 times.
Then he tripled it up based on, quote unquote, Gotti engaging in unfair and deceptive trade practices, end quote. So the judge is clearly not a Yo Gotti fan.
He ain't got a Birdman.
That's number one.
And he ain't got Birdman lawyers either.
Clearly. But I don't think Gotti took this shit because I don't think Gotti showed up for court or nothing for this.
Well, it doesn't matter what lawyers. After reading over this, this was terrible.
What do you mean?
He's just so shady. This whole thing was bad.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he recorded the verse, took the money for recording the verse.
Then didn't release the verse.
Didn't release the
Like,
verse.
y'all can't do nothing with the song after I gave you $20,000.
Ignored phone calls, requests repeatedly. Then went behind the manager's back, tried to sign a dude for $150,000. And then on top of that, he used the verse for another song.
Let's
Yeah,
stop.
that's crazy.
Stop at the reason that he did that, because what he was going to try to do is sign the dude for $150, take the song.
Yep.
Oh,
Make
man,
it
this
his
is
own.
my song.
Yep.
Let me put out this hot single with this new artist who I signed to this production deal.
Right.
And then shuck him all the way out the deal for this $150.
And that happens all the time, minus the whole I went behind the manager's
the manager
back.
that knew what he was doing.
That's what blew it.
He had a nigga that knew what he was doing.
He went to the wrong manager who actually went to school for the shit or read a book or did something that was like,
somebody that told him, hey, bro,
hold
the manager
on.
said this funny quote.
You got the right one today,
Yo
motherfucker.
Gotti probably thought, oh, these small town North Carolina dudes can't do nothing to me, but he was sorely mistaken. He might want to pick up that phone now because I'm coming after those cars in that Bel Air mansion.
Short boy,
Jesus.
you got the right one today, motherfucker.
Yeah, he had all the time in the world.
Man, yes, sir. But
150. He tried to sign
settle.
him for
They'll
150. And he said the dude, the artist, turned down that 150.
He did,
by the
yes.
way, and went and told his manager like, "Yo, bro, what is he doing?"
Right there.
Yeah,
That's a real nigga.
I take that.
That's
'cause
hard to do.
Hey,
I'm
boy,
disappointed in Yo
That's
Gotti.
hard to do.
them 6
man.
figures hard to turn your back on.
Yeah, you ain't making
When
it
you
out
in
here.
Winston Salem.
Yeah, nigga be like, Yo Gotti telling you like, shit, I got
Good thing
I
you
got
did.
150 for you, bro. Like right here, like fuck what them niggas talking about. Me and you gonna take the song that motherfucker gonna be on the Sirius satellite radio top 100 tomorrow.
Hey,
Want to sit in Winston Salem? You want to be somewhere with me?
shout out to
And
them.
Young Fletcher had saw
Yeah.
the macro vision instead
I'm
of
proud of
micro.
Young Fletcher. man.
Young
That's nice,
Fletcher.
man. You need to find some of his music and play it, man.
Hey, man.
Like you for that. Pay that man his money, Yo Gotti.
Ooh, that 6.6 gonna hurt.
How much
though.
would you take if y'all sell out of court? How much would y'all take?
Anything's a
Gotta be over
win.
that 2.2.
Anything's a win, though.
Anything between 3 and 6.
Damn, you taxing.
If Jay-Z only got 200, What does Yo Gotti have in the bank? Yo Gotti has 6.6, dude.
They liquidating everything.
I don't give a fuck.
He got 6.6 and well, I don't know. Well, I ain't
He got 6.7 in the bank of Jay-Z has 200. I'm sorry.
He got a house, don't he?
Yeah, Yo Gotti's supposed to be worth over 20. So
Come on with all that.
So what's the percentage? So that 200 is 10% is
gotta sell some
20% of that fucking 1 billion.
Start selling some
So
art.
20% of that 20 million, then,
Gotta
dude.
start liquidating. You got a nice restaurant in Memphis.
or he got to get back on the road.
Yeah,
or that.
or
That too. All
Yo
right,
Gotti
man.
reunion tour coming soon.
Clearly.
everybody can eat.
All right, before we hit to this music break real quick, man, let's talk about Young Thug.
Thugger.
In preparation, if I could say it right, for his newest album, Gold Mouth Dog, coming soon.
Old mouth dog.
Young Thug has dropped a 30-minute song entitled Thug in 30. Now, no one has done a song this long since probably Game dropped 400 bars, which was about 20 to 21 minutes long. Is this a testament to his genius title that many of his peers have given him?
This is absolutely a testament to his genius. I like Young Thug now more so than I ever did for pushing the envelope. He doesn't subscribe to what people feel like that he has to be a successful rapper. He uses whatever terminology that he wants to use when he's referring to his friends. He dresses how he wants to dress. He doesn't traditionally give you bars, but he's still as big a superstar as any rapper that you can name. He just went on concert with J. Cole.
Yep.
I think this is genius because it at least gets people to talk. It at least has people that say, oh, these youngsters don't care about this and they don't do that. Like we sit up here, I sit up here and sometimes say, a 30-minute song is a 30-minute song. It took a lot for him to do, I would assume, even if he was just punching in doing the Young Thug Future thing that they do.
Right.
It still takes something to that, and to even have that thought and manifest it out, release it, and have that to lead your album when you're an artist. It's like Young Thug, where you really don't have to do this for publicity. Like, he don't have to put out a 30-minute song. He could put out anything slickly with the right feature or just the right beat, and Young Thug new single is going to pop. Period. Right. Like, it's just gonna happen that way. But to add it and have it 30 minutes long, like, that just shows to how dedicated and how serious I think that he takes this. Not like a lot of his peers, and I respect the shit out of that.
This is 100% not a testament to his genius that doesn't exist. But I will say this, not to even kind of go in on him. A 30-minute rap song by anyone is pointless. I don't need that from anybody. No one, not none of my favorites. None of that shit. I tried to listen to this song. I got out of there stupid early. The song is trash.
How many minutes you get in?
3
that's fine.
max.
You listen to
And I'm being generous when I say that. Now, if this would have been banging, or maybe if this would have switched up beats, maybe the beat or tone would have switched up and it didn't really feel like a 30-minute song, then I would have gave him more props. Like, this really slick could have just been an EP with smooth transitions and it sounded like a 30-minute song. Yeah. Then I would have gave him that. But bro, this shit is trash, bro. I didn't need this. I think somebody came out with a song. I think R. Kelly came out with like a 15-minute song or 12-minute song.
Trapped in the Closet series?
Not that, but it was more. It was like the I Admit or some shit. I Admit It or something like that. Yeah, but see, that 12-minute, 10-minute song didn't feel like that long of a song. It might have actually been 20 minutes. It was a long-ass song. But it didn't feel like it. And actually, now that was a testament to his musical genius, because I listened to it and listen, one and done. I'm not going to ride around and listen to no 20-minute song by anyone. But when you're able to pull that off, and I'm listening from beginning to end, and it's got crescendos and climaxes at the end and the whole nine.
Young Thug to R. Kelly, though.
But they're calling this nigga a musical genius the same way y'all do R. Kelly and Kanye and all that.
R. Kelly R. Kelly like on another level.
Yeah, we're talking music though.
Musically, as a musical genius, R. Kelly, like, it's probably one other nigga like him in the world.
A genius is a genius,
like,
dude.
Ain't nobody else selling that Trapped in the Closet series. And then we ain't finna turn this into no praise. And
that shit was hard, though.
Yeah, we won't.
But musically, that is what I mean by Young Thug has done nothing to earn the title of a musical genius.
I don't agree with that.
Bro, he hasn't done anything.
Nah, the whole swag and style is him right now.
He got that from Lil B. Fuck out of here.
And where's Lil B
the
right
bass
now?
God.
Where is Lil B?
Show
Speaking
respect,
in San Diego State.
Put respect to the bass God.
You said Thug got it from Lil B.
And protect him at all cost.
What did Lil B do that Thug got from him?
Exactly. The dressing like how I want to dress, naming my songs what I want to name them, ad-libbing. He did all that before, dude.
The difference is Young Thug is cool to people when he do it. Lil B was just a buster. You just like a little, you like a little
Buster.
weird dude that got sprung on by the cameraman, and now you famous by it. Like no one ever looked at Lil B. Well,
Stop.
the bass god people.
Thank
I
you.
Guess,
But a lot of
I missed that.
a lot of
generation.
Thug's peers call him this. So
I don't see why.
None of Little
You don't
B's
see why
peers
because you're
call
not
him.
in the studio when they work.
But I've seen him in studio doing that whole let me freestyle off the top of my head and run it back and run it back and run it back. But
But that's not what they call him, a genius.
why do they
It's
call
that,
him a
like
genius?
Cole explained it in one of his recent interviews, is that Thug, if you listen to him, he does amazing things with his voice. And
He uses his
transition.
voice
as
as
an instrument.
As an
I
instrument.
don't like how that sounds. It sounds like
What?
shit.
And you
Just
like
show
Lil
you.
B.
Yes,
Right.
Lil B
That's
is fine.
You
impossible.
think Lil B can rap?
No,
That is impossible.
I don't think Lil B can rap. I just like fucking with y'all. But
You
however,
like Lil B.
however,
You bought his album.
J. Cole can't pick his own beats, much less. So I'm not even
Oh
taking
my
his
God.
word for
Now
who is a
you-
musical
see, now you
genius or
just-
not.
Now you just talk.
He couldn't pick a beat with a pistol to his head. So no, I don't want to hear who he thinks is a musical
Now you're
genius.
hating. You want some more salt on those fries.
30-minute song, my ass. Somebody want to listen to this shit?
That song
think-
that Cole just dropped with Thug is fire.
Nah, that ain't nothing.
Oh my God, this man has so
skipping
much hate.
We skipping that.
Young Thug
You skip
is a musical savant. I won't say genius. I
That's a
will
good
say
one. I like that.
savant.
I like
he
that.
is very good at what he does. He's influenced a whole generation of kids to think it's cool to do what he does. It's untraditional, yet it still fits in the realm of what people accept as hip hop. It's like it's the perfect blend of what
Trash.
you look for now. Like it's it.
No, it's
You
not.
just don't like Young Thug,
You
obviously.
just don't like.
Yeah, he doesn't make good music. It's that
To you,
simple.
though.
I like good music, so therefore I don't like Young
So
Thug.
you're
It's
the minority.
really that simple.
You're in the minority, though.
You listen to Lil B, you don't like good
Yeah,
music.
exactly.
Speaking of good music, tell me you have a good song for this music break.
I should have picked J. Cole and Young Thug. All this
Absolutely
hate
not.
Jesus. This music break we have is coming from a newcomer, Calboy. The Calboy.
Yep.
His song is called Chariot, featuring Meek, Dirk, and Young Thug.
Oh my lord.
Thugger.
Let's hear it. We are back. That was Cowboy, Chariot, featuring Meek, Dirk, and Young Thug. How you feel about it?
Do you got a trash emoji to put up there? Like you got the
Hey,
little thing with the
the
dumpster
haters
and the
on.
trash.
We
going
can
on
certainly
there.
slam dunk this song in it
Trash.
for sure.
Oh, the haters.
No, there was way too much going on with this song. It was too busy. Cowboy sounds like Dirk. Dirk sounds like Cowboy. I don't like Dirk. This shit wasn't nothing.
You don't like anybody.
Nah, I don't like trash. Nah, this shit wasn't. It wasn't good. The song's not good. It's
not
busy.
For me.
It's
Not
busy.
For me.
That's what you should start saying.
not for me. You're right. You're right. I
I
won't,
get calls every week. What's wrong with these niggas? They old as hell.
I won't dispute that either. Yeah, you are right. You're absolutely right. Not for me.
Who is riding and listening to this? I did listen to his project though.
Cowboy, he has a good little.
No, his project was solid though. This song was some slaw.
I feel you.
That's
It
all I'm
makes you
saying.
live in the party zone though. Like I was when I this weekend, like it was consistent, like boom bop and like hip hop party, block party all up and down his block. So he probably heard people listening to this at the pool or some shit. So, right?
No, I don't go to my pool.
Of course you don't go to your pool.
I heard people at the pool. They have family friendly pool. I did this at the pool.
Speaking of pool, man, that's how you know it's summertime when people are out and about. So we are talking summertime music. Now, let's think. What are some of our favorite songs? Also, is it still important to be hot during the summer? And if you had a summer banger with an unlimited budget, who would you get on there? That's what we're going to be talking about. So first and foremost, when you think summertime banger, and please don't say Summertime by Will Smith, because that is the ultimate cheat code.
That is my favorite summertime song
That
of
is
all time.
that is
Still,
everybody's
still.
favorite summertime song
You
of
gotta
all
drop
time.
that right there.
So excluding the cherry picking with Summertime by Will Smith, give me 2 or 3 of what you think when you hear summertime records.
2 or 3 right off the whim, or you want to go back and forth? How you want to?
Now just give me one of them then,
All right.
since you want to mix it up and be cute and
Kanye
shit.
West, Can't Tell Me Nothing. Dropped around this time, what, 5 years ago, however many years ago. But to me, that's a summertime anthem that's to be played in the summer. I remember it came out in the summer and it was on repeat.
Yo,
I think that's one of the things that stand out about a summertime song. You have to be able to listen to it back to back to back and people not get tired of it.
Facts.
And I definitely think that this is Can't Tell Me Nothing is one of those songs.
I'm going to go back in the time machine and do something we rarely do, which is reference a song before 93. If y'all been listening to us, you know we talk doggy style and up when it comes to music. But I got to go 92 with Ice Cube. Today was a good day.
Perfect.
Clearly a flawless summer song, flawless song, period. But you got the smooth Isley Brothers sample in there. It never gets old. The iconic bars on there. That's a flawless summer song. Even in the video, he's riding the drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just makes all the sense in the world. You can throw that on at a barbecue, anywhere, kick back. That's always going to hit from now until the end of time. Ain't no question.
You know, that's the opposite to Eazy-E's, what, Compton City Gangsters or whatever. That's the opposite to that song.
What do you mean?
Rolling Down the Street. It's the slow, mellow down version of that. Rolling Down the Street in my 6-4.
That's not Compton City G's.
It wasn't slow. I mean, that ain't. I couldn't think of the name.
Boys in the
Hood. Yeah,
Gotcha.
That's the opposite version of Boys in the Hood.
Allegedly. What's your next song?
My next song, couple little known black history facts before I drop it. Was supposed to be a group. This group was supposed to be put together. People were asking for it. It was going to be called Underground Mafia.
Okay.
And that's how the song came about. It is International Players Anthem. They had the beat and the loop going, and Andre reached out to Bun because he liked it. They were playing in the studio together. Some way Andre heard it. He reached out and said, hey, can I get on just the part where the drums ain't there?
Yep.
And then he gave him that. And ironically, Big Boy reached out to him separately and said he wanted to get on the exact opposite part that Andre wanted to get on. So that worked out, and it came, and they had International Players Anthem. I think this is one of the top summertime songs, especially as far as a group effort. It was something that people always wanted to hear. And 8Ball and MJG were supposed to get on the song, but they were never able to make the details work.
I would love to hear them on that beat, though. That would have been hard. I'm going to keep it down south. I'm going to go Master P, Bourbons, and Lax. What?
I'm a P fan, and I can't even beat you.
What?
Oh my God. You talk about
Ghetto D. First of all, that's a classic. Are y'all niggas serious?
Stop. Relax, bro.
What?
Not a
cannot believe you did
summertime
it.
anthem. Stop.
You're not pulling the Bourbons and the Lax out in the summer?
I'm not.
No.
In 98?
No.
Fuck out of here.
In
Listen to that.
98.
That's
Maybe.
that's when the song came out.
And please believe me, I love No Limit like the next man. But you talking about like
A classic
summertime
record.
anthems like
That's
nah,
it.
bro. You ain't
Bourbons and Lax.
people still
You
had
got to do that by yourself, dog.
people had house speakers in their trunk when they was listening to this, and it was a summertime anthem.
You could play that right now at the
No, you
kickback.
can't. They would kick
People
you
gonna
out.
look at you funny. People gonna look at you real
kick you out
funny
of the
style. Like,
kickback.
man, who let their uncle in here,
Right,
nigga?
man.
Who's this
He'll
nigga?
turn this trash off.
Y'all got P completely fucked up.
Man, you gonna have the brown sandals on when you play this.
I'm
You
definitely
got
not
to
wearing
have-
mandals
you
while
got
listening
have
to
the
that.
brown sandals, the
Everybody
Jesus
is.
sandals
I'm glad you
on.
brought it full circle. Everybody is understanding why you don't like Young Thug now.
Yeah, because Young Thug is trash. Nah, let me replace it then. Okay, I got another one.
I want to replace it.
I got to replace it.
Whoa.
Since y'all want to
Took a
hate.
whooping for that one. He had to
Since
replace
y'all
it.
want to hate on my damn classic record, I'm going to go.
That nigga said, well, I'm going to give him this one, but I got to have a backup.
I had a
gotta have
backup.
a backup ready.
Just in case y'all didn't know, y'all weren't woke enough. Rick Ross, Aston Martin music.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Especially
Hey,
the one with the Drake
Way to
verse.
redeem yourself.
That's what I do.
We was talking about the wrong cars on the Bourbon and Lex. Let's switch to the Aston Martins. Yeah, there we go.
Somebody's uncle.
That shit was a dope record, especially the unreleased, the one with Drake, full verse on there. He bodied that shit. That's a dope summertime record. Miami shit, top down. That's a dope record. That's always gonna be fire, no doubt.
Now, if you're gonna go niche,
Okay.
and you want to go down south like you were trying to do, this is what you do.
I completed it. I didn't attempt it.
You failed.
Okay.
Because you're gonna drop the like when we put this in production, you're gonna have the song drop right before I say it because you'll know it by that point.
Okay.
Juvie slow motion.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good
Mic
one.
drop.
I thought you were gonna say back that ass up, but that'll work.
Nah,
that works too.
that was a layup.
Yeah, okay, for
So I'm
sure.
gonna give you Juvie slow motion. That's like a summertime
That's a good
anthem
one.
from the South, especially going out. It caught on. Soldier Slim had died around that time. We had the verse of him on there, so it was able to grow legs even further. But slow motion Juvenile.
Nah, that's a good one. Last one, real quick. Jim Jones, Summer with Miami. That's a banging song too. Real slept on Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy and Trey Songz. Yeah, Trey Songz laced that. Yeah. That's a dope record too, man.
Jimmy was in his bag then. They was trying to. They thought they was big shit, man. They was going to Hove like niggas was real.
You couldn't tell them nothing.
Dipset was real disrespectful around this time.
You couldn't tell them nothing. What you got, Mxtra, besides the layup summertime? You got anything else that's a classic summer record?
I don't know about classic. I know about what I like. I'm not gonna set myself up for failure.
Nice preference. Nice preference.
I mean, it's going to be trash.
I will say I had to get Today Was a Good Day on there.
For sure.
I like Controller from Drake. I think that's a good summer.
Oh, that's a good one,
That's
though.
a nice Miami record right there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
If Tiger didn't try to steal it.
Yeah, he jacked it.
Bum ass nigga.
I think Hot in Here was always a good summertime song.
Yeah.
I'm always riding for Nelly.
And I got a Eve and Gwen Stefani, Let Me Blow Your Mind.
Nah, they played it too much though. They played the radio murdered that song
Boy, that
though.
the video was dope too.
Yeah.
The video was hard, but they played that way
But
too
if you ran it
much.
back right now,
It's
people will love it.
I'm tired of it already. Again, all over
That was
again.
years ago.
That was bang.
No, that was good. Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg, Beautiful, by the way, with Pharrell.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's Pharrell was in his bag.
Listen,
then,
that
too,
made me
boy.
want to go to Brazil. I still want to go to Brazil right now because of that video. No question.
I can't believe I ain't had no tip on it. Got to be what you know about that would have to be or something.
Nah, he ain't got no summertime shit.
Yes,
He do off the King album.
Yeah,
that
King
what you
for
know,
sure.
and that top back.
Top back.
Ooh, the top bag.
Yeah,
Top bag.
Don't do that. I always got some T.I. on
Yeah,
deck
for
for
sure.
you if you need it.
Is it still important to be hot during the summer if you're an artist?
Yes.
Is it still vital? Because that was huge back in the day.
Absolutely, and the reason is this is time for you to gather your footing as far as it's not crowded, but you can really make an impact. People want to hear music that makes them have fun.
Yeah.
People want to hear shit back to back. This is what stuff like the Meek and Drake record, even though it came out a while ago with Meek
Sure.
album, it's growing legs. It's a summertime record.
Right.
It's very important. The summertime that kind of solidifies you for the year. It kind of it puts people in different categories as far as what they came into the year as. I think this is where you should be swinging for the fences, trying new stuff, trying to catch that one.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm so disappointed in a Dave East, people that we have high expectations of, and it's quiet.
Yeah, and absolutely. First of all, being hot during the summer is still everything. If you look at what it did for Lil Duval last year,
Drake last
year,
playing.
Kiki.
Yeah, all of that.
If you look at what it did for them, it got Duval a record deal because when it's hot outside, everybody wants to come out.
Banger on the way.
I heard. And when it's hot outside, so what you do, you drop right early spring. So then when it's hot outside, people are actually getting out the house. They spending money.
Yeah.
They going to clubs. They going to parties, radio. You're getting your record heard, and then you're getting it streamed day and night. So you absolutely. And then also, when you drop your record a little bit before the summer, you can do the tour during the summer. Again, getting people out of the house, which they cool with getting out the house during that time. You won't be hot during the winter. Like nobody give a shit. I'm not coming to your show.
Yeah, your show. I'm
it's 10 degrees outside.
I'm gonna cut it right on title. And be like, oh, okay, that's dope. They look like they cold on the motherfucker, but he's shaking it on stage though.
I'm not going outside, so that makes sense. That's why I think Meg's got the perfect summertime album. It's full of bangers. That's going to get people out to her shows. You know what I'm saying? Like she dropped it right at the right time.
She got some bangers.
She is doing the blueprint for what you're supposed to do as a new artist in the summer. She was growing her little legs right before it started to get warm. You started talking about it. She had to pull up at the station.
Yep.
People started talking about that. Then the Big Old Freak came out, and now boom, she everywhere.
Yep. And it's perfect because again, it's summertime and people trying to get out the crib.
Even though I don't think that Moneybagg shit. I think that's a plant.
You don't think they dating for real? I hope not.
You hope they not dating? Or you?
I hope they're not dating. Fuck it, I'm hating.
Nor do I believe. Well, actually, I ain't gonna say I hope.
I hate this episode.
I ain't gonna
hating.
say I hope, but I just don't believe that, man. I don't believe it.
You don't think so?
Shout out to them, man. I hope they have a
Shout out Black Love.
Me
Man.
Too Extra shows his head again.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. Shout out to Moneybagg Yo.
It was
Man.
a
I like
long
he got a couple
time
bops
in.
on his
I
project.
like Moneybagg Yo. He just ain't dating Meg to sell.
Who are you getting on your record if you got an unlimited budget right now for a summertime record in 2019? That's the question.
Right now, 2019 for a summertime. What we say?
Thugger.
Nah, absolutely not. Right now for a summertime record, I'm gonna go with Meg. I would put Meg Thee Stallion on it, and I would pair her with a superstar. Like I try to give me a Drake 8 if I got an unlimited budget.
Right.
Drake would be my first call. Kendrick.
No, stop.
Kendrick Lamar would be my second call because he always gonna move the meter. Only reason J. Cole wouldn't be high on my list because he's out there enough. I ain't trying to fall into the list of 367 features that J. Cole murdered in the last 367
songs. Murdered them all.
Yeah, so I ain't trying to fall into that category. I would go someone out the box like I said, well, not out the box, but someone that could knock it out of the park that I know for sure, like a Drake, like Kendrick Lamar. Big Sean is a good summertime rapper. He'll give you an anthem. For the summertime. Those I would stick if I'm going summer and wanted to be safe. That's what I would go.
I mean, but half of those I would do anytime. Like
Yeah,
Kendrick isn't any time of the year feature.
okay.
So is Drake.
I'll narrow it down. A Meg Thee Stallion and Big Sean record would go up right
That's
now.
hard.
That's
It's going
fair.
up right now.
Nah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I would go 2 Chainz for the summer. I think.
See now, now I would say the same thing to you about what you just said. I'm listening to 2 Chainz.
But
Any
you're a big
one of the
2 Chainz
12
fan.
months he dropped out.
You're a
the
2
year,
Chainz
nigga.
stan.
Okay.
The rest of the
You
world.
have one 2 Chainz.
Right. I
to
think
you,
what he
bro.
got with Ariana Grande is a summertime joint.
That shit's.
That shit is what? Played out? Yes, but it's a banging song,
I
though.
was just gonna say this shit wasn't gonna make it through the summer.
And it did. It's got some legs now, though.
Summer hasn't officially started.
Yeah, what I'm saying. And it's here. You just performed on Ellen.
I'm not gonna make it such a layup like y'all did. I'm
This nigga
definitely going 21 Savage.
for the first time.
Really?
In his life.
21 Savage for the summer, and I'm a pairing with Nicki Minaj.
That already happened like a week ago.
Did it?
It had to.
Did
You
it?
went on that Khaled? Oh, that was Cardi.
No.
Cardi. Yeah, that was Cardi.
Right.
Nicki. Nah, I'm not mad at that.
Gotta
Nicki.
give it 21 is killing shit out here.
I ain't put Nicki on anything.
Nah,
for the
that
summer.
Nicki
I
and
ain't gonna-
Takashi slick went up last summer too.
Oh, that
though.
was a hit.
That went up last
That was
summer
a
though.
bop for sure.
It was. Yeah. It you know, we forgot about Takashi, but that went up last summer. Just if you want to keep it 1,000.
I think you give him the right record. I mean, because 21 is on
Give
fire.
who the right record? Oh, I always take a
Nah, 21,
I'll
nah,
take
he-
21 for the summer. I ain't mad at that. I'm not putting him with Nicki Minaj.
I just like
There's
to
no,
see- I like to see Nicki
absolutely
shine.
not.
That might go.
If I'm in 21 camp, there's no way. I go Meg first, then I go Cardi, then I go City Girls. Like Nicki Minaj is
That's too
fourth.
easy.
That's fourth in the pecking order right now for female
Well,
MCs.
This is my list, though.
It's your list. In the words of FSP cameraman, it's your list. You right.
That's a
You
fact.
all right.
Y'all do us a favor. Go to the rap chat on Facebook. Let us know if you got unlimited budget. Who are you getting for your perfect summertime record? And what are some of your favorite summertime songs that we did not name? Please let us know. We got another joint. What we got?
We got Capo himself, Jim Jones, featuring Joey Crack, NYC.
Let's hear it. All right, man. We back, man. That was Jimmy Capo Jones with NYC. How you feel about it?
Jim Jones in his bag for the summer. I ain't mad at this at all. I respect what Jim Jones doing right now. I like this project. I like the songs. I
Man.
like the features. I like Jim Jones. Who would have ever thought that Jim Jones would have been the best out of Dipset?
He the last one standing on the
You
low.
would have never thought that. You would
Yeah.
have never
Man.
thought in the beginning that Jimmy was gonna be the last one.
This
standing.
album is everything.
The album is fire. The song is banging. Shout out to Fat Joe. Even though Fat Joe verse really wasn't out.
No,
like that.
Fat Joe killed this.
And I fuck with Fat Joe, but this verse really wasn't.
Oh, no,
You want
I'm
Fat,
hot at
Fat
you.
Joe top fans.
I fuck with Fat Joe heavy.
Don
but
Cartagena killed this.
I'll double back. I ain't think Fat Joe
Shout
really
out to the
talking about
Heat
nothing.
makers. This whole
They
Jim
laced
Jones
him.
They
project
laced him.
is
They laced
fire.
him up.
Quick question, real quick. Jim Jones has to be bounce back artist of 2018, 2019. He has to be.
That's
Like,
Over Soldier Boy.
not Big Soldier.
oh my God, Big Soldier locked up right now. He on the
Now, that's gonna
prepaid.
sound scripted, but that was definitely original.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy in that courtroom like a crack head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's over with for him.
Oh yeah, you're right. Bounce back.
He got to be bounced back.
Jim
Got to be
Jones.
because Jim Jones has been putting shit out in the meantime before these projects that didn't connect at all.
Well, his last album was good.
The last one that came out last year was banging. That's why I said 2018, 2019.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm including that. It's been in the last 12 months. Before then, it was quiet for Jim Jones. He was selling phones on Breakfast Club.
Damn.
We ain't got time for that
He
shit.
was Vamp Life.
He doing Vamp Life shirts that look like Louis V
Vuitton
shit.
Vamp
Like,
Life.
come on now.
And he was beefing with Dame.
Yeah, we ain't got time for that. But this shit right here, fire.
This album is crack.
Yeah.
Bef-
Jimmy in his bag. I like it.
Before we get out of here, man, we're gonna play a little game, man. We're gonna call Fill in the Gap. We're gonna take a story out of the headlines. You fill in the gap. It's that simple. Lil Durk is blank for dropping a song called Turn Myself In as he turns himself in for attempted murder. What's the word for that, sir?
Smart for trying to put a song out here to make sure that he has enough bail money and lawyer fees if he didn't have a project that was going to drop while he was in. I'm throwing the best 12 songs I got together. I'm leading it with this, and I'm making sure that this is marketed as why I'm in jail, and everything is going towards what I need to make sure I'm out. Allegedly, he has a serious charge on his hands.
Very
with this,
serious.
Attempted murder. It happened here in Atlanta.
Yep.
And I don't think that he's taking it lightly, even though the song may may say otherwise.
Right.
But I don't think that he's taking it lightly. They were talking to his lawyer on the news the other day. It's being handled with a lot of seriousness, and I don't think that he's gonna go to jail. Yeah, as it should. And I don't think he's gonna go to jail about it. But it's, I think, a smart play to capitalize off of it, because this is gonna take a lot of money to get out of.
Lil Durk is hopeful for dropping this song. He's hoping that it will turn into First Day Out with T Grizzly. First Day Out the Feds like Gucci Man. Like those songs made waves and actually made T Grizzly, like it actually made him a notable artist in the game. And of course we know what Gucci did when he first got out, like how that record made noise with Mike Will. He's hopeful that he'll have that type of effect with this song to garner some type of attention from it. I don't believe it will.
Bro. What are you talking about?
On this song?
He ain't getting out. He going in. They will get.
I mean, but I'm just saying it's that same type of, it's tied into being locked up or getting out. First day out the feds, first day out. I'm turning myself in. It's the same vein.
Like this should be a more somber tone, and then like they're getting out, so there's a more celebratory thing. So that I think that's the difference. In that.
No one heard this song anyway. So.
I will agree with you 1,000,000%. I don't know, but I would assume I would have a more somber tone on the turning myself in, and it would be reflective. T.I. did a song prior to, like him going to jail, telling you what he was thinking and why he bought all the guns and shit. On
Paperwork.
No, what's the one with Rihanna?
Paper Trail.
Paper Trail.
Yeah,
he did that song. He did a song about prior to going to jail, and I think that's the difference that you get from.
Well, that's why I would fill in the blank. Said Lil Durk is real for this song, because if you listen to the song, I don't think you guys.
Oh, you listen to it.
Yeah, he talks.
Oh, nice.
It's like an apology to his friends and family.
Somber.
Yeah, so it was real. It was a real record. So
I'm skipping it.
Keep your head up,
murder shit. I'm gonna listen to this.
He's got 4 felony charges. He's locked up right now as we speak.
Ain't no play in GA.
Yeah, that ain't no play. Shout out to his lawyer though. Did y'all see her?
Yes.
Okay.
Did.
Wow. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
He has nice legal counsel.
Nice
talking about her mind.
Nice representation.
Very nice representation.
All right, man. Let's get to this On-Decker of the week. We have an On-Decker of the week, man. Somebody followed the instructions and went to the YouTube page, left a comment. So guess what? Shout out to Loco Swag 88. He said that the episode was fire per usual. Tupac Resurrection is definitely the top documentary of all time. Shout out Loco Swag.
Loco Swag, we appreciate you. He's a long-time listener, right?
Absolutely, man.
Play one of his songs? No, he commented before.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely commented. We got something coming your way, coming soon. We're going to reach out to you to shoot it over to you.
Yep.
We appreciate that. We got new music. What we got? What's out? What should we be checking for? What should we be listening to?
Oh, yes. We got some things coming up. As we know, we had a few things last week. Was I?
Yep.
Because I missed. We had Moneybagg Yo come out.
Yep.
We had Jim Jones come out. Denzel Curry come out.
I like that Zoo album from Denzel Curry. That's the project that I've been waiting on from him.
Yeah, that's a good. It was a little short for my taste, but it was good. Skepta came out as well. Ignorance is Bliss. Skepta, that's what I'm calling that.
That's funny.
What else we got? Anything worth listening to?
Kevin Gates had a good project.
That's actually slick bang.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it's an EP, but it's fire though.
Yeah, I like it.
I ain't listened to Kevin Gates in so long.
Yeah.
It's good. This is a nice refresh then. Jump back in on this one right here.
Yeah. Flying Lotus came out as well. He has a lot of hip-hop features, so I thought to mention that.
That's his name?
You don't know Flying Lotus? Never heard of him?
It's like instrumental shit though. It's a lot of instrumental shit.
What, you a producer?
It's some skip worthy shit.
No, it's not. He makes good music. His last album was fire.
What was it, R&B?
It's like an EDM mix with.
It's like a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's really good.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. Anderson
Niggas ain't selling me on no vibe. Y'all get the fuck
I'm telling you to skip the shit. I'm not even sure why we're talking about it.
Thank
It's not hitting on shit.
Closed-minded on food and other genres.
Yes.
All right, let's.
It's me.
So this week we got coming up. Your main man Tiger is coming out with Legendary. Casey Veggies is coming out. Casey Veggies is coming out.
Tiger had a summer record too last year with that.
Tiger keeps a summer record.
Yeah, he had a summer record. Yeah, that's a summer record.
That was
for
hard.
sure.
That was hard. T Grizzly, aforementioned, is coming out with Scriptures.
And that's the one with him and Timbaland, I think. I think Timbaland did that whole project.
That's unfortunate.
Crazy as fuck. I can't wait to listen to that.
That's unfortunate to have Timbaland do a project.
Man, don't listen to him. Just keep it moving.
Did T Grizzly and Timbaland are like working?
Man, his comments, his hot takes. Don't know.
No, I'm just saying that's unfortunate. You checking for you check. All right, so you're checking for the T Grizzly.
I am. Just because Timberland is
because
behind it.
Timberland is on
Because you look like T Grizzly and you like Timberland. That's why you checking for it. Why do you want to hear it?
Do we have any other music out, man?
Good one, man.
That was cute.
That was awesome.
I'm frying T
So,
Grizzly.
so guys, we're coming up close to the 300th episode. We appreciate y'all rocking with us as we
300 celebration.
300 celebration, entering into the 300s.
Yep.
We definitely appreciate guys. So be on the lookout for the rest of the contest that we have to wrap up the week. Be on the lookout at your social medias. What we are going to do, since it sold out so fast and we've been getting a mini request.
Yep.
We're going to open the doors.
Yeah.
We're
For a
going
couple
to
of seats.
Open the doors for a couple of more seats.
Just
It
a
was
few.
to capacity, but we were able to talk to the venue,
Yep.
get some extensions, talk to the fire marshal,
Yeah, put a little money under
get
the
a couple
table.
passes,
We
get a
pulled
couple
out
codes disenforced, you know. So we were able to do that. We're going to let a couple more people in. Y'all be on the lookout for a new link that we'll send to you and let a couple more people into that. So actually we're excited about that. The more people will get to experience this. And speaking of more people being able to experience it, we will have information on how people will be able to live stream the event.
Okay.
That is going to happen for us. So we want to make sure that people are on the lookout for that. So if you're not able to make it in town, to be able to tune in to it and, you know, check out the 300th episode from wherever you want to stream it.
Absolutely. Mxtra, what you got on deck for the weekend?
Oh, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this Mozzie project. We forgot to talk about
Damn
that.
sure would.
Oh, yeah, that was banging too.
Damn sure would.
And
That's
I
the best
know
thing that came
in
out.
my absence last week, you guys did not give my man YG his props. His album is pretty damn good.
You clearly
It's
don't
straight.
listen to the show.
It's straight.
You clearly don't
You
listen
gotta
to
give
the
his
show.
props.
It's straight.
See, it's straight.
It's straight. What you got on deck, man?
I'm going back to Miami. Yeah.
Damn, double
Man,
back.
for a nigga, for
Jesus
someone that was
Christ.
clearly shitting on Miami, you like
I'm
it
shitting
down
on the
there.
weekend.
Ah,
I love
got
Miami
you.
otherwise.
Got you.
All right.
Understood.
What you got on deck, Lou?
I will be in Miami as well.
Oh, that's cute. Y'all double dating?
No,
No,
absolutely
okay.
not. There
All
will be
right.
no double dates. Yeah, I'll be in Miami this weekend too. So, what you got up this weekend?
I am not in Miami this weekend.
You got a rest. You've been in Milan.
I'll be right here in the A. Two things I do got popping. I'm definitely Thursday night. I'm in that
Going to
dark
some movie.
I'm in that Dark Phoenix, that
course.
X-Men shit. Can't wait. That
do
shit
wanna
looks
see that.
fire. That shit looks fire though. And then Friday I'm going to the Marvin Gaye show.
Oh,
Friday night at the Fox.
oh, that the play.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah,
dope.
that looked like it was gonna be fire. I was gonna
Marvin
go to
Gaye
that, but I was
play?
gonna be in
Yeah.
Miami. Yeah, it's a play. This
All
at
weekend.
Fox.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
this weekend, and I was gonna be gone.
It's romantic.
I'm
You don't like plays?
I'm cultured.
I do
love
like
plays. Yeah.
I can't help
It
but I'm
depends on the
cultured.
play, though. I'm not trying to see
I
Tyler
want to go
Perry.
see To Kill a Mockingbird. No one mentioned. I don't even consider those plays.
Yeah, oh, good. I'm glad. I didn't know.
That's
You
where
eat Cracker Barrel.
That's
I
where
didn't know.
I'm bougie at now. I will be bougie there. I actually want to go to New York to Broadway. I want to see To Kill a Mockingbird play. That's my favorite. Yeah.
Wow, check
Yeah.
out you. I wouldn't
Well,
expect that.
If you've listened to On Deck, if you're a long-time listener, what you do know that one of my favorite books
That's a great book.
is To Kill a Mockingbird.
book.
So I definitely want to go see that play. And Jeff Daniels is playing Atticus Finch, which is probably
is he?
fire.
Oh, I do wanna
Yes.
see, now that's fire.
Yeah, I have to go see that before it's done.
Wasn't that cute?
I'm sorry, we didn't mention any Marvel.
Excuse
To
Kill a Mockingbird, my
Thanos
ass.
will be in there.
Thanos
as
will
well.
also be on Broadway.
He's gonna kill the dude, so you can check Thanos.
So it's going to be called Infinity.
Man, y'all fuck with us though on iTunes. Leave a comment, subscribe. Watch youtube.com/OndeckTV podcast.
Yeah, man, go check out the video. Then share the video. Share the little clips. Share all the little videos. We definitely appreciate that. And comment on the videos.
Absolutely.
Go to the Rap Chat on Facebook. Join in the conversation. Also, Instagram. Comment under the pictures. Interact on social media. We will be looking for you.
I'm finna smoke my chocolate Havana stogie.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Pause.